visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft. In his third season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
Last year, we got the Trevor Lawrences. So many tabbed to be the savior of the Jaguars. He broke 4,000 yards for the first time, entered 25 touchdown passes, and guided his team to the playoffs. This young man, he's been good since the first time he picked up a ball in Youth League. They expect nothing less from him again this season.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Dances by him. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And it will be Falcon football.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Kadero Hodge. That'll bring up 2nd down.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Flushed out right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Here's the 8th overall pick from Texas. It's Bijan Robinson.
And ultimately, this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal.
Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson.
20 carries, 86 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him the 1st down.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the 1st down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Robinson with another carry.
A solid stiff arm. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Algier gets the toss right.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
So time to see Jacksonville get on offense for the second time here in this game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
On play action, Lawrence. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's second down.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typically what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
3rd and 2. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And where the time has expired on the first quarter.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he's got room. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. Again, it's Robinson. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
They'll run with Robinson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Their mobile quarterback with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. It's taken to the 26. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Bijan Robinson of the Falcons back onto the field.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Here's Mitchell. On 1st and 10, escaping the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Being chased out left.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Mitchell on 3rd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On the return, here's Agnew. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Running out of the gun with ETN. Oh, he shifts past him. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. A give to ETN running right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And they'll go again with ETN. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Johnson. Dances by at the 20. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They'll run with ETN. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Lawrence will throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Pass incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Man in motion is Agnew. Now Lawrence. Touchdown Jaguars. Jamal from 6 yards away.